Man, I'm gonna get it right this time.
You are?
I am.
Get what right?
The intro to the final segment
Oh, okay, nice.
of the show. Now I sound like Casey Kasem,
Who's Casey Kasem?
the guy that's like top 40s guy or whatever. The
The
radio
radio?
guy that they like just play recordings of. Anyway, let's not get distracted too
I got
bad. It is time for the Everybody Loses segment.
Very good.
Segment number 6.
That's right. All right, and for segment number 6, John is going to say why Pearl Jam is a bad band.
You know, I've actually been listening to a lot of Pearl Jam lately, so you picked a good week.
Yeah, by lately, if you mean like the past 6 years or whatever.
Well, no, I haven't listened to them, I hadn't listened to them for a while, and then like last week I actually bought one of their albums, so that's you picked a good time because
Okay,
I'm in
nice.
a Pearl Jammy mood. So why are they a bad band?
Yeah.
Well, we did talk about this on a previous show about the kind of they spurred a
Subgenre
of the
crappy rock and roll.
Yeah, the butt rock. Yeah,
the
so
Hootie and the Blowfishes of the world.
yeah, exactly. Everyone copied Eddie Vedder's distinct voice over the years, and Creed and the like, and Hootie and the Blowfish.
That doesn't count as a reason.
That doesn't count as a reason?
No.
God damn it.
Because that's not any fault of their own.
True. God damn it. I was gonna get a quick one out, so I won't have to do two. How about this? Eddie Vedder's voice does not sound good anymore. I don't know if you've listened to him more recently.
Yeah.
It's like really.
He doesn't sound like himself anymore.
Well, he sings up an octave now. He can't sing in the low octave.
Really? That usually.
Yeah, he sounds like that. He goes, "Wee!" That's kind of the octave. That's kind of the octave he's at. Yeah, he doesn't sing any.
Jeremy Spock.
Oh God.
No,
Yeah,
but usually the opposite happens.
I know.
People can't, like, Elton John can't sing high anymore.
Well,
so
I was saying with like Robert Plant, like they all went down. No, Eddie went up an octave.
Like, what happens to your voice? You just can't do this anymore.
I don't know. I think I know. Did you watch like the Who like tribute show like 5 or 6 years ago, or it was actually maybe closer to 10 years ago, and it was like their 50th anniversary or something, or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That was also 10 years ago, whatever. And they sang a couple of their songs. They sang a couple off of Quadrophenia, and he sounded good then. I think he like can only sing low for like 5 minutes a year or something.
Yeah.
He can only use it at a certain time. Oh yeah, it's
the most recent I saw Eddie Vedder was during the 12-12-12 concert to benefit from Sandy Relief. He did he covered Comfortably Numb, and you could use this as a reason if you so choose to, but I'm making it easy for you. He had the fucking lyrics written on his hands.
I know,
and he had his hands cupped over the microphone like this
obviously.
in the most obvious way.
Yeah.
So like, how do you? First of all, if you sign on to doing like a cover of a song, make it a song that you don't need to know the fucking lyrics for.
He only sang like the kind of bridge section that everyone knows.
Yeah,
like
he didn't sing the verses.
He didn't sing the complicated part. He sang it was like 3 lines.
Yeah, he sang the chorus.
Maybe I'll use it. I'll keep that in the bank.
Yeah.
For now.
If you can't think of anything,
if I can't think of a third one. We're
but yeah, I did notice. My point was I did notice when he did that his voice is kind of like not the same.
Well, yeah, like I don't think he could sing. What do you think as the classic Pearl Jam song? Because they have changed a bit over the years.
I mean, classic. I know my favorite is Better Man.
Okay.
But another classic.
His voice isn't super low on that one.
That's another classic
album.
go-to is like I don't like this song, but I guess it could be considered a classic Pearl Jam song. Is Yellow Ledbetter.
Yeah, I like Yellow Ledbetter. Both those songs were on the third album, so I think his voice. The first 2 albums, his voice was really low on all of them. I mean, like Jeremy, it was real low.
Is Jeremy on one of the first?
That's on 10. Yeah. On the first one. Even Flow was on the first one. Alive.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Even Flow.
Yeah, all those. I mean, they're pretty good. Yeah, those are.
Yeah, which one is Don't Call Me Daughter?
That's Daughter. That's on the second one. Yeah. So yeah, his voice is definitely deteriorated. I've been reading a lot, and this can be my second reason. I've been reading a lot about their albums, or at least their first two albums, because young Eddie was very much so an early hipster, which sucks. And not so much in the, he's gonna wear like dumb tight clothes.
Not in the fashion sense.
No, but he was definitely like a, I only do things because it's not the norm. So I was reading something where I think the first album, because I think Eddie's from California, but I think the rest of the band's from Seattle, like with all the other grunge bands. The first album was recorded in some recording studio in Seattle. And the second was recorded in like a really nice part of California. And Eddie was like, I fucking hate this recording studio. It's like, it's too nice for me. And he's like, how can I write songs when like there's so much prosperity around me? Like, such a hipster thing to say.
Yeah, it's like a really like artsy, like pretentious bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And
how can I create when there's so much?
Yeah. So apparently when they were recording the second album, in order to get his mind back into like messed up Eddie Vedder version of his mind, he like slept in his car. And he said he slept in his car for like a week straight to help him like finish writing the lyrics. Like,
you're making me really hate Eddie Vedder.
I know. He is. Yeah. I love Eddie Vedder, but he's definitely a bit out there. So yeah. So he's kind of an early hipster. He did wear like dumb. He wore some dumb clothes too. He wore like a weird like army jacket. Just weird because he's not in the army.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess that's a thing. Let's see. Third reason. There's a few ways I could go with this. Okay, so you're just saying why. You're not just saying why Eddie sucks, right? The whole band.
The whole band.
Let me think. Let me get one of the whole band. I don't think they're particularly talented musicians. Like, I don't think any of them. I mean, Eddie in his prime was a really good singer, but I don't think I don't think the guitar players were especially good.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of think I've heard a lot of their live stuff that I was like, eh. Like they sound messy, and not to sound like a music critic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like their lead guitarist. Like, Jesus, their lead guitarist is just okay.
Yeah,
because he's never played anything that I was like, wow.
In all like the solos I can think of, they're kind of like they're all right, but they're not like they don't require like mastery of like, guitar. Or anything.
Because a lot of what especially the grunge bands. Mm-hmm. A lot of the guitar solo work was kind of a reaction to the 80s shredding style, so they're like trying to be different, so they're trying to make it like more old school. Because I know that Mike McCready, their lead guitarist, was like influenced by Jimi Hendrix, and one of the songs,
I can see that.
I think Yell Ledbetter was kind of based on Little Wing. That's a Jimi Hendrix song, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it sounds a lot like it. But he's just like not that good. Like he's okay, but so I don't, none of the like their songs aren't very interesting musically. So I don't know. It's not very funny, but it's the truth.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. They've been through like 6 drummers. I don't know if their drummers keep dying.
Are they really?
Yeah. I think
they keep dying.
No, they don't die.
They'll just collapse from overexhaustion at the drum set.
Oh my god!
All right, bring in another one. The person they have a person on deck that's like terrified for their life. Like, oh god, please!
Oh, it's coming again. Yeah. Okay. So those are my 3 reasons.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, Matt, it's your turn. In the first week of the show, I had Matt explain why his beloved Star Wars movies weren't original, right? Was that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now we're gonna go back to the Star Wars well.
Okay.
Explain to me why the prequel movies are better than the original.
Okay. All right. The prequels are bad.
Yes.
The
third one's pretty good.
Get that out of the way. I don't hate the prequels as much as most Star Wars fans do.
Yeah. I really like the third one.
Yeah, mostly because I grew up with them. Like the
you were forced to like them.
No, but like they were what I knew. But Star Wars fans, like true Star Wars fans, are like 45 years old now.
Yeah.
And they knew Star Wars before they knew like the prequels, so that would
by comparison, yeah.
Why they hate them so much. But okay, I'll say this. I think this isn't true for all of them, really. I don't know. I think
before we start, what's the worst of the three?
The second one.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go with the second one.
Like teenage Anakin was so bad.
It's not fair.
Yeah, like it was. The little kid was annoying. Like young, like baby or like child Anakin was annoying. But at least he was a kid, and you're like, well, he's an annoying little kid.
I watched a behind the scenes of like episode 1 where they were auditioning all these young kids, and there was this one like young kid that was like auditioning for Anakin, and he just like looked like he had something wrong with him. Like he had this fucked up look in his eye. I thought he would have been a perfect Anakin because like you want someone who looks like that if they're going to be Darth Vader in their future.
Right? Yeah.
But no, they. Yeah. What'd you say?
Spoilers. If you don't know that, then Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, and that's another thing. Like in episode 2, imagining like Darth Vader going, "It's not fair." But yeah, because I think episode 2 is the worst because it's like episode 1 was still kind of rooted in practical effects. Like it hadn't gone 100% CG yet.
Yeah.
But and episode 2 like it goes 100% CG, which episode 3 is as well. But it hasn't really gotten to any like good acting or major story points to make you care about anything. But anyway.
Yeah. That's not what we're here for.
Yeah, I know. I think the lightsaber battles are better in the prequels than they are in the originals.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, definitely. That Darth Maul one was pretty cool.
That was my favorite. I was thinking about saying specifically the episode 1 was better than the originals, but I'll go with all of them because I kind of like, even though neither of them are real people at that point, but like the Yoda Emperor one was pretty.
Yeah, that was cool to look at least.
Yeah, even though they're like I said, you're pretty much watching a cartoon at that point,
watching an artist's rendition.
And a lot of people disagree with me on that because they're like, oh, but the ones in the original trilogy, they they're not real flashy or anything, but they've got meaning behind them. And I'll say that about like the Return of the Jedi one was like that, but like the one in episode 4 where it's like old ass Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, that was the shittiest sword fight I've ever seen in film ever.
Yeah.
But so yeah, okay, I'll say that the prequels to the lightsaber battles were better.
Yeah.
The episode 1 is my favorite because it's like they're real people and it's also like fast and like engaging and intense and shit.
That pod racer scene was pretty cool. Pod racer bit.
Yeah, I hated the pod race scene when I was a little kid because when I was a little kid I was like afraid of really like loud noises, but I got over it eventually. I go to concerts now and shit, but the pod race scene was really loud and I was like, I don't know, I didn't like it. Yeah. Okay, so that's one, lightsaber battles.
Not to give you one, but what did you think? Like what I forget what all the Princess Leia and who's Natalie Portman's character?
Padme.
What did you think of like which one was cooler? What did you think?
Leia was cooler.
Yeah. Yeah, I would probably say so.
She isn't anymore, but she was back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she was. How long was she even in?
Did you know that Keira Knightley? Do you remember in Phantom Menace how there's like a bunch of like handmaidens to the queen, like the decoys and everything.
Yeah.
You know how like the entire movie, the person like Padme is just a handmaiden, but she's really the queen, and there's another girl that is the queen, but she's just the decoy the entire time.
Yeah.
But the entire movie, you think she's the queen.
Right.
Do you know who that girl is?
Was it Keira Knightley?
Yeah.
Really? Well, they look so much alike, her and Natalie Portman. I didn't know that.
All right. Number 2. The prequels haven't yet been ruined by special editions because they're fairly new and already shitty.
That's true. It can't get much worse.
Yeah.
Okay. No one has like the original. Like
they put
hard to find, right?
Yeah, they put like a fucking kibosh on it. Like you're not allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
Like even like
or sacred ground or whatever.
Yeah, because George Lucas still owns the original Star Wars movies.
Really?
Like not the special editions or the Blu-rays anymore. Those are Lucasfilm, but I think George Lucas still owns the rights to the original cuts of Star Wars.
I bet he's gonna sell them for a lot of money.
I don't think because he hates them. He, according to him, his movies, his canonical movies, if that's if that's a word, are the latest editions.
Okay.
So those are like sacrilegious to him.
Oh.
He doesn't want anybody to watch them.
Oh,
like
really?
he's big on it. Yeah, the 1997 ones are all right, but then like the Blu-ray special editions,
they keep adding dumb shit to them.
Yeah, like at the end of Return of the Jedi, how Darth Vader has that moment of like reconciliation, and he grabs the Emperor and tosses him over.
Yeah.
But in the original, and also in the 1997 special edition, it's like wordless. Like he doesn't say anything. He's just looking back and forth, and then grabs the Emperor and throws him off. In the Blu-ray special editions, he's looking, and then he goes, "No!" and grabs the Emperor. And
I can't remember which one I saw.
I think many a original Star Wars fan killed themselves that
He's
day.
like, this is dumb as shit.
Yeah, like stuff like that's bad. They at the very end of Return of the Jedi, when like in the celebration when Luke is seeing all the Force ghosts, they replaced the orial Darth Vader
with
actor
with young
Anakin.
It's weird because when I watched him for the first time like a couple of years ago, I was like, wait, I'm like, who the hell is that guy? I was like, isn't he in the original? They're like, yeah, he edited it. I'm like, how is he in these movies? They didn't make them yet.
Yeah,
they're like, yeah, they put him in like post haste. Like that's dumb. Okay, so that's your second reason. That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. Third. Well, I mean, I guess the obvious one is the special effects are better in.
Are they though? I kind of like the models better.
I don't know.
I mean, if that's your reason, that's your reason. I had to legally accept it. There is a gun to my back.
The models are like, they're good and they're bad. Like when you see like the Millennium Falcon, like the model flying in the original trilogy, you can tell because it's so straight lined that it's just something on a pole. Someone like
pushing it on
can't do a turn with it because it's just going in it straight. I mean, obviously the special effects are like, any overuse of CGI is a bad thing. Yeah, which the prequels obviously have. But
I feel like by the third one they had gotten it down pretty well, but I think the second one was just, it looked so bad. Like the episode 2 I think just looked bad, but I don't know. The third one I thought, and the first and third one I thought looked pretty good because they were kind of a good mix.
Yeah, but I mean, everything's got to be in like moderation. So.
Right. Exactly. Even moderation.
Yeah, like a great example of like a good use, like a movie utilizing CGI like to their advantages. Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't even realize how much CG's in that movie because you can't. They use CG more to cut things out.
Right.
In that movie
yeah. So much of it was just props. Like it was real. That was awesome.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like so I guess like the spaceships and stuff like that. The effects are better than they were in.
That's fair.
The originals.
I'll accept it.
Whew. Okay.
I know that was trying for you, but you gotta face the music sometimes, and that music just happens to be Pearl Jam.
Oh no! Actually, I have a better reason for my third one.
Okay.
Jar Jar Binks makes the prequels.
Okay, yeah, no, he is the greatest.
He's the shining star of the prequel.
Jar Jar Binks is he's a hell of a character. He's very deep. He's not racist at all.
Oh yeah.
And he really adds a lot to the plot. And
he's not, he wasn't made to sell toys or anything, and he wasn't made to get little kids to go see the movie.
No, he wasn't overbearing or push thrust on the fans, or everyone loved him.
He wasn't added to every single prequel movie, even though the fans clearly didn't like him.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm glad we got that. I'm glad we both agree on Jar Jar.
Here's a question: would you have accepted Rogue One as a prequel?
No,
it's a prequel.
Yeah, but it's not one of the prequel trilogy, and it's not even out yet. I haven't even seen it.
I'm just saying if it was.
That's why I asked this question.
I don't think you specified the prequel trilogy, did you?
Good point.
You just said the prequels. Why the prequels are better?
Good point. Good point. Maybe in a couple weeks when we see Rogue One, we'll. We'll have to see.
I can update my my thoughts.
So have you been preparing all week for this moment?
No, I usually just think of it on the spot. Siri, who wins? Say everybody loses.
Okay, I found this on the web for Siri. Who wins? Say everybody loses.
Everybody loses. There you go.
Okay, well, according to Siri, everybody loses, and is she right? Because that was a rough ending. We'll try and do better next week.
Yep.